This corner of the sewing room has been absolutely buzzing as Anne and I have been horsing around. In today's sewing tutorial, we'll walk through the construction steps of the new Giddy-Up pattern. Let's go ahead and get started. The Giddy-Up top consists of the 8 pieces that I have shown here. We have the back of the shirt as well as the shirt back yoke, the collar riser and collar, the sleeve cuff, the front yoke, and the front of the shirt. The first step in the construction is to place the yokes right sides together to both the back and the front and get the seam sewn in place. One thing that's helpful when placing the back yoke to the back is taking a small clip in towards the point on the back of the shirt as well as the point of the yoke, just to know where you're going to turn that seam at. We're going to press those seam allowances up and then top stitch near the seam. While at the sewing machine, we'll sew the fronts to the backs at the shoulder seam as well. To create the folded edge on the top, you'll refer back to the pattern and you'll notice we're going to take 2 folds at that center front edge. These folds are just a hair short of 1/4 of an inch, actually 0.2 to be exact. We're going to fold it under, give it a press, fold it under again, give it a press, and then top stitch the folds together. With our shirt front prepared, we'll grab our collar piece, we'll place it right sides together and sew both of the short ends. We'll trim down the seam allowance, turn the collar right side out, and give it a press. With your scissors, you'll take some small clips in towards the curved edge of the collar. Then you'll grab one of the 2 collar risers, match the centers, place them right sides together, and baste them in place. With the collar basted to one of the risers, we'll take that second riser, we'll fold up the neck edge 1/4 of an inch and give it a press. We'll take the riser, place it right sides together to the other riser, sandwiching the collar in between. Then we're going to sew from the folded edge of the riser around the back and down to the other side. We'll trim down that seam allowance, turn the riser right side out, and give it a press. We'll take a few small clips in towards that riser, place it right sides together matching the centers to the top, and get it pinned in place and then sewn in place. You will find that the finished edge of the riser lines up directly with the finished front edge of the shirt on both sides. You want to check both sides carefully to make sure that you didn't create any tucks or puckers in the shirt. If everything looks to be good, you can press the riser folded edge up and under, press that seam allowance up, and hand finish or top stitch the riser to that seam. You'll grab your sleeve cuffs, you'll place them right sides together and sew across the peak edge on both pieces. You'll take that cuff, place it to the wrong side of the sleeve. Now, in this case, it doesn't make a difference because the sleeve is just pink, solid on both sides. But if you had a print, you want to make sure you place that cuff to the wrong side of the sleeve. We'll sew that cuff in place, trim down the seam allowance, and turn the cuff to the right side of the sleeve. We'll take the sleeves, place them right sides together to the shirt, and get them sewn to the armhole opening. You want to note when sewing the sleeve in place that the finished cuff seam is facing up. That way, when you turn the cuff to the right side of the garment, the raw edge will be hidden between the cuff and the sleeve. With our sleeves installed, we'll trim down that seam allowance, place the top right sides together with the folded cuff to the outside, and sew the side seams. With our sleeves attached, we'll hem our shirt, get a fit to the doll, add a couple of snaps, and the buttons up the front. With our snaps applied, we'll add those decorative buttons and our top will be finished. With our buttons sewn on, we'll move on to the skirt. The skirt in the Giddy-Up pattern is gathered at the waist with a band of contrasting color at the hemline, as well as some hidden pockets. In order to get started with the construction, we'll grab our yoke pieces, sew the back yokes to the front at the side seam, and repeat that same process with the yoke lining. Depending on the fabric you chose, your lining may be out of a different material, but in this case, I use the same fabric for both. So I'm going to use this piece as the lining. I'm going to turn the hem edge up 1/4 of an inch, and I'm going to give it a press. I'm going to take that yoke lining piece, I'm going to place it right sides together with the exterior portion of the yoke, pin it together, sew across the waistband edge and down the left back opening with the lining side up. We'll clip into that seam allowance and trim it down, turn the yoke right side out, and give it a press. Next, we'll grab our skirt sections. We'll place the back of the skirts to the front of the skirt with right sides together and sew the side seams and around both pockets. You'll take your scissors and you'll clip in towards the seam allowance both above and below that pocket. Then we'll press that side seam open. You can press the pocket towards the front at this time. You'll grab the band of contrast for the bottom of the skirt, fold it in half lengthwise, and give it a press. Before attaching the contrasting band to the skirt, I'm going to zigzag down the left back opening. We'll place the band to the skirt with right sides together and pin it in place and then get it sewn in place. We'll press the seam allowance up, bring it back over to the sewing machine, and top stitch along that seam. With our top stitching in place, we'll run 2 gathering stitches at the waist edge. We'll pull the gathering stitches to fit the yoke, matching the side seams. You want to check that the yoke appears the same width all the way around the skirt, and if everything looks to be good, you can press the yoke lining to the inside and hand finish the folded edge to the seam or top stitch. You can pull out the visible lower gathering stitch as well as run an overlock or zigzag stitch down the right back opening. With our top stitching in place, we'll sew the center back seam from the hem edge to the dot as indicated on the pattern. After sewing up that center back seam of the skirt, I added one snap, and here's our final photographs. Anne is definitely ready for some fun at the park with her best friends and her favorite stick horse Trixie. Knowing how much Anne likes to twin with her big sister Grace, the Giddy-Up pattern is also available for the RTB 101 body dolls. There's just something so adorable about matching outfits for these two girls. If you have any questions about the construction steps for the Giddy-Up pattern, please list it in the comment section below. As always, I thank you guys for your time and for watching. I invite you to hit that like and subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.